Next, so now magnification, transverse magnification can be represented as minus b by u, and also transverse magnification can be represented as f minus b by f in terms of focal length and image distance. Here transverse magnification can be represented in terms of image distance and object distance. Here magnification, transverse magnification can be represented in the form of, in the terms of focal length and object distance. Here we required V and U. Here we required F and V to find transverse magnification. Here we required F and U to find transverse magnification. So, transverse magnification can be represented in three different ways: in terms of V and U, in terms of F and V, in terms of F and E. m is equal to minus v by u. We know that m is equal to minus v by u implies, just cross multiply it. Here it is 1, so just cross multiply it. mu is equal to minus b, mu plus v is equal to 0. Earlier I had stated you, here u is a variable, b is a variable. Variable means which changes its value. U is a variable, b is another variable. Let u, then the above equation became mx plus y is equal to 0. It is a linear equation which is a linear equation. Listen, this is a linear equation. You see, here the power of x is 1, the power of y is 1. So it is very similar to the equation y is equal to mx, y is equal to mx plus c, which is a linear equation. Hence, transverse magnification is also called as known as linear magnification. Remember, transverse magnification is called as linear magnification. Don't say that longitudinal magnification is called as linear magnification. Remember, transverse magnification is known as linear magnification. Transverse magnification is over. Let's move to longitudinal magnification. It is denoted as m dash equal to dV by du. Lengths are measured along the principal axis. Lengths are measured along the principal axis. But in case of transverse magnification, the lengths are measured perpendicular to the principal axis. We know that 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. Differentiating both sides with respect to u, we get. Why to differentiate with respect to u? Because here m dash, longitudinal magnification, is equal to dv by du. Why it is 0? Earlier I have told you earlier that focal length remains constant. Focal length remains constant. If you will change the B accordingly, if you will change the U accordingly, V will be changed. So V completely depends on U. So F is constant, 1 by F is constant. When we differentiate a constant with respect to U, then the result will be 0. Constant. F is constant implies 1 by F is constant. Now differentiate 1 by V with respect to U, differentiate 1 by U with differentiate 1 by U with respect to U. So no doubt you know the how to do differentiation. So I am writing what will be its result. Okay. You are differentiating 1 by V with respect to U. Remember, d by dx of 1 by x, you know this is 1 by minus 1 by x square. But d by dx of 1 by t, differentiate 1 by x with respect to x, differentiate 1 by t with respect to x. The two things are different. Its result will be minus 1 by t square into dt by dx. Similar way, so now we can write minus 1 by v square into dv by du. Plus next differentiate 1 by u with respect to u. It is just like this, and this differentiation is just like this, minus 1 by u square is equal to 0, implies minus 1 by v square into dv by du minus 1 by u square is equal to 0, implies minus 1 by v square into dv by du is equal to 1 by u square. Implies one by v square into dv by du is equal to minus 1 by u square. Implies dv by du is equal to minus here v square is in denominator, so dv by du is equal to v square moves to this place minus v square by u square is equal to minus v by u whole square. Implies dv by du. What is dv by du? dv by du is m dash. What is m dash? M dash is longitudinal magnification. So write down m dash is equal to minus, this is what? This is m, transverse magnification, or you may say linear magnification. This equation represent or establish relation between longitudinal magnification with transverse magnification. So longitudinal magnification is equal to minus of square of transverse magnification. This is all about magnification. The long question is over. Then the next long question is draw a ray diagram of image formed by a convex mirror. Convex mirror. Draw a ray diagram of image formed by a convex mirror. And derive mirror formula. ray diagram of image formed by convex mirror and derive mirror formula. Okay, let's start now. No doubt, the center of curvature is here. It is the midpoint. This is pole. This is the principal focus. Here it is the principal focus. Here is the C. In front of the mirror, this is the reflecting surface. In front of the reflecting surface, here is the object. Now, two incident rays. One is parallel to the principal axis. One propagates parallel to the principal axis. And another hits directly to the pole. So no doubt I is equal to R. This is the reflected ray here. You draw the normal here. This is the normal. Write it is N. This is the incident angle. This is the tangent. This is the reflected ray. This is the angle of reflection. Okay. This is the angle of reflection. Now this is I. This is R. You see here is one reflected ray Here is another reflected ray. Both the rays are divergent in nature. Both the reflected rays, this one and that one, both the reflected rays are divergent in nature. So what to do? We have to extend it. You see, this is the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. We extend the reflected ray in this direction, which meets the principal axis at the focus. Now this is another reflected ray. It is also extended in this direction. What happened here? Both the extended rays intersect each other. These extended rays are called virtual rays. So now the virtual image is formed here. Okay. This is the virtual image of the object AB. And the image is named as A dash, B dash. You see, here is the object, here is the image. Both the object and image are erect. Erect. E-R-E-C-T. Erect. Its meaning is Sadakha. So the nature of the image is virtual and erect. आभासी ओ सड़क प्रतिबिंब. But in case of concave mirror, the image was real and inverted. वास्तव ओ ओलटा प्रतिबिंब. In case of convex mirror, the image is virtual and erect, means आभासी और सड़क प्रतिबिंब. Erect means सड़क. In case of concave mirror, the image we have traced was real and inverted, means वास्तव और ओलटा प्रतिबिंब. So now we have to go through the same way, the way we derive mirror formula from concave mirror. We have to move in the same way. What you have to write in the description? You have already wrote the same thing in case of a concave mirror. You just repeat it. An object AB is placed in front of a convex mirror. The image, a virtual and erect image, A dash B dash fall behind the mirror. C is the center of curvature, F is the principal focus, P is the pole of the convex mirror. So now description is over. Let's move to derivation. First, you draw a perpendicular here, name it as K, and it is already named as P. Draw the perpendicular. For small aperture, this gap is very small. Aperture, you know aperture. What is aperture? This is a sphere. In 2 dimensions, a sphere appears like a circle. You just cut a section. So now, it is a part of the spherical mirror. It is a part of the thin spherical glass. Let's say the outer surface is opaque, the inner surface is the reflecting surface. Now, this is a circle. This is not an ellipse. This is a circle. You see, this is a circle. This is the outer edge of this mirror. Okay, this is the outer edge of the mirror. Outer edge of the mirror. This is not an ellipse. This is a circle. The side view appears to be ellipse. but its front view is circle. So now this is the diameter. This is the diameter. It is to be this diameter of the outer edge of the mirror is called as the aperture of the mirror. Okay? This is the aperture. If let's say a small part of it, you cut a small part of it, then what happened? The aperture reduced. This is the side view. You see, in this case, the diameter of the outer edge is this much. In this case, the diameter of the outer edge is this much. Hence, aperture of this mirror is less than the aperture of this mirror. This is the diameter of the small mirror, and this is the diameter of a mirror bigger than that of it. Okay? This is called aperture. The diameter of the outer edge of the mirror is called aperture. Okay. Now you see small aperture. That means small aperture. If the incident ray hits the surface here, then it would have a big aperture. Okay, for small aperture, this gap is very small. So now, Kp is this, and also Kp is also this. Let's see. In the figure, you take this triangle, you take A, B, P, and you take A dash, B dash, P. In both this triangle, you see this is 90 degree. Okay, this angle is equal to this angle, opposite angle. This is the opposite angle, but this angle is equal to this angle. Hence, this angle is equal to this angle. No doubt, this angle will be equal to this angle. So, both the triangles are similar. Write down. Triangle ABP is similar to the triangle A dash, B dash, P. In the same way, you take the ratio of the sides. Here you can take AB by A dash B dash, AB by A dash B dash is equal to BP by PB dash, PB by PB by PB dash. This is equation I. In the same way, you see Kp C. In the same way, triangle KPF is similar to triangle A dash B dash F. So take the ratio of the sides again. Kp by A dash B dash. Kp by A dash B dash is equal to Pf by B dash F. Implies Kp is same to AB. So AB by A dash B dash is equal to PF by B dash F. Equation double I. Now the LHS of both the equation is same. So write down combining equation I and equation double I, we get PB by PB dash is equal to PF divided by B dash F. Implies PB by PB dash is equal to PF all divided by B dash F. You see here B dash F. This is B dash F. This is B dash F. So B dash F this is B dash F. So B dash F can be written as PF minus PB dash. PF minus PB dash. By taking proper sign convention, we get PB. This is PB. And this is the object distance. It is x dash. It is x. And the pole is, here is the pole. The pole is considered to be origin. The pole is considered to be origin. This is positive x. This is negative side of the x. Now, U is situating, is measured in negative side of the x. That's why PB is minus U whole divided by PB dash. It is measured in positive x. So, it is plus B is equal to PF. PF. I am again repeating. Here is focus. Here is also focus. But this focus is active. That's why we have to take the focal length not in this side, but we have to take the focal length in this side. So now, this is the focal length and it is measured on positive x-axis. That's why it is taken as plus F whole divided by plus F minus PB dash B. This is plus B. So you can directly write B. Now, minus U is multiplied with F minus B, and this is VF implies minus UF plus UV is equal to VF implies UV is equal to, move it to next side, that side, UF plus VF implies UF plus VF is equal to UV. Dividing both sides by UVF, we get UF plus VF by UVF is equal to UB by UVF. Implies UF by UVF plus VF by UVF is equal to UV by UVF. U cancels, F cancels, here V cancels, F cancels, here U cancels, B cancels. 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F, which is the required equation, the required Meron formula. Okay? All the best. We will काय काढता